start of day 13. We camped at Black Gap and came upon this tree, which is apparently a very commonly photographed tree. I'm not sure what else is the history behind it.
It's very twisted.
But I think it's just photographed because it's in the middle of the trail and twisty. For today is 7.7 miles to Standing Indian Shelter. I chose a lower mileage day because I believe we're supposed to start with a pretty steep incline, and there's supposed to be a couple inclines today, so I figured I would do a longer 9-mile yesterday and then shorter 7.7 today, and then a longer 11 point something miles tomorrow. So we get started with some stairs, which are always fun. All right, I'll check back in later. I've heard people say this before, and they're right. North Carolina does not offer a friendly welcome into their state. There's very steep climbs. Whew. But still fun. So glad I'm out here. And the good thing is, right now it's cold and windy, so I'm still able to have my raincoat on and not be incredibly hot. So it makes it better. Beautiful though. We're currently getting our first snow out here. Well, come on, snowflakes. Don't make me look like a fool. Ooh, there's one. See? Okay, well, it's hard to see, but we are getting little snow flurries. Decided to put my rain pants on since there's still just little flurries, but still, if I'm carrying them, might as well use them. One thing that I did not know about the Appalachian Trail is how many sections it would feel like I was hiking by myself, like I was out here by myself. There's tons and tons of people that are out on this trail and at the campsites and shelters, you can see that. But when you're actually hiking, people are so spread out that it feels like you're out here by yourself. It's been probably maybe 40 minutes since I've passed someone or been around someone, and if I were to just like sit here, then yeah, people would pass me up. But I don't know, it's weird. I just really thought that I would see a lot more people while hiking, but it's kind of nice because I do like to hike by myself, get some alone time, and then know that there'll be people at the campsites, so I don't have to sleep in the woods by myself. Just a thought. There's no such thing as bad weather, just poor clothing. Woohoo! This is supposed to be a view up here. I have a feeling that we're not gonna get a good one though. Ooh, was still pretty cool. Foggy, but cool. To Muskrat Creek Shelter, I believe is the name, to eat lunch, go to the bathroom, get water. Hi! In Georgia, they were called shelters. I guess in North Carolina, they were called shooters. It is cold. Oh, my fingers hurt so bad because they are cold. There's several people that stopped to stay at that muskrat shelter, but that wasn't my plan, and I'm not going to because I have to get moving. I would say probably in about maybe a half a mile, my hands will warm up. But wow, this is definitely the coldest it's been so far. But this is what I was anticipating, so whew. I underestimated it a little bit. I just looked and it took 3/4 of a mile for my hands to warm up. But they're definitely better now. I'm glad that I continued to hike. Whew. I hope that trail's not named after me. Do you guys want to hear something disgusting? Whenever I resupplied yesterday or the day before, I was trying to divvy up the food into different bags that I had, and I found this sandwich bag in my stuff, and I couldn't remember what was in there before. I'm like, man, what was in here before? And I'm like, well, oh well, I'm gonna put my granola in it. And then whenever I went to pack up my pack, I remembered, oh, that was the bag that I was storing my dirty underwear in. So yeah, pretty gross, but kind of funny. It is 1:35 p.m. and I have 3 more miles until the Indian Gap shelter. I don't like to get to camp super early because that just means, well, especially when it's cold outside, that means that I basically just sit around and get cold because I'm not moving. So I'm gonna, I guess, try to hike a little bit slower, and then that way maybe do like a mile an hour. That'll get me to camp around 4:30, which that's an okay time for me, because that'll give me 3 hours until the sun goes down. But I was just thinking, if I do get to camp early, that'll give me a lot of time to read my book, which I've been carrying this thing for 80 miles and I've only read it twice. And a lot of people said, like, oh, don't bring a book because when you get to camp you'll be too tired and you won't want to, it's just extra weight that you don't need to be carrying. But I was stubborn and wanted to bring it, and they were right. I do get tired when I get to camp and don't feel like reading, but I am determined to finish that book. I'm only a few pages in, but I'd like to finish it, and then that'll give me motivation to finish it, knowing that I can send it home once I'm done. The views are just gorgeous today. I enjoy hiking in the snow. I, however, do not really enjoy camping in the snow, but it doesn't look like I have another option. So I'm gonna learn to like it. Is that you, Jelly Bean? Hey! What do you think of the first snow?
We were enjoying it and then it kind of went.
It is the end of day 13. I hiked 7.7 miles today. I am staying at Standing Indian Shelter. Well, I'm staying behind the shelter in my tent because it was all full. I had thought about staying in the shelter because it is snowing and it's freezing and the wind is blowing, but it was all full by the time I got here. I am the coldest that I've been on this trip so far. I will admit I cried a little bit a couple times because I'm so cold and I'm missing my husband, and really I'm just hormonal. But I am not looking forward to being cold throughout the night and then all day tomorrow, but that is part of this journey, so I just have to suck it up and stay as warm as I can. The original plan was to hike 11 point something miles tomorrow, but I will see if I can get out of my sleeping bag in the morning. There wasn't anything, not really many highlights today. The only thing I can think of right now is just how cold it is. So I'm gonna snuggle up in my sleeping bag and go to bed. Talk to you tomorrow.